Hi everybody, this is Tina, and it is Tina from Rehatch Designs. You may notice that I changed my name on my channel, and the reason that I did that had to do more with legal paperwork and that type of thing. I already had a wholesale license under that name. I already had a DBA under that name. So rather than go and change it and do the something special, I just decided to combine that name with my other channel. I have another YouTube channel, and it is Rehatch Designs Tina Williams. It doesn't have the by in it, the only difference. And then this one is Rehatch Designs by Tina Williams. This channel is not going to change. I'm going to have the same type of things on this channel that I had on it before. Today is going to be all about me getting my booth ready. Uh, if you have been watching my channel, thank you, first of all. I have just got a booth at the Painted Tree in North Richland Hills. Never had one before, and getting all of that ready, and I'm going to talk you through what I did. I had quite a few projects that I'm going to show you that I did. They're not really start to finish. They're kind of parts of it and then the finished product, because basically I didn't always have time to film all of it, but you will definitely get how to do it in this video. And in the video, I will be having an announcement for a giveaway and what you need to do for that. So stay tuned for that, and you will get to see my finished booth. I mean, I'm still tweaking it and everything, but at the end. All right, so that's pretty much it. So Something Special Designs by Tina Williams is the same thing as Rehatch Designs by Tina Williams. So stay tuned, guys. And I also have several videos already ready. I have a huge haul video coming up in the next few days. And then I have quite a few how-tos on all different things. So anyway, I hope to see you guys soon. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been here, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate all the thumbs up. I really appreciate all the comments, all the subscribers. My new channel has done extremely well. And I definitely want to let everyone know how much I appreciate you supporting me. Thank you very, very much. Okay, guys, this is going to be rapid fire projects because that has how my life has been for the last 2 weeks. This is going to be my sign for my booth. I basically got this at a garage sale, and you can't see all of it, and I will be changing my desk soon, guys, so you'll be able to see everything. But I went over it with 2 coats of vintage duck egg, and you will see later how I finished that up. This is something I'm showing you. It is a cabinet that I basically got for $15, and I painted on some white paint, and now I'm onto a window that I'm putting in my booth. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm telling you, if this seems crazy, that is how my life has been. So now I'm using the IOD transfer here. This is, I guess it's Elysium. Anyway, normally you would do it kind of in a spray where the flowers are coming out, but I wanted to do it to where the flowers were basically look like they're coming out of the window, because of the panes at the bottom of the pane. But on the bottom one, I left a little bit of a gap because I wanted the flowers to be closer together, but then I regretted that later, and then I added something. Anyway, you'll see the end result when I'm done. So basically, all I'm doing is figuring out where I'm going to put them, and I'm going to go ahead and cut them pretty much, to where they'll go like inside the pane, and then put them together. This was actually a really, really easy project. And it had a huge impact, I think, on the way my booth looked in the end. And I've had so many compliments. Nobody's bought it yet, but it really turned out really cool. So anyway, that is another project that you will see at the end. And I'm not going to go into it too much just because we have a lot to get to. Okay, so now I'm doing the very last part, and you'll see that this is cut because I originally was going to put it in a different place, but here's the last pane, and you'll see what I'm talking about is that I put this section like right at the bottom of the window, like touching the pane. And the other one, I left a gap because I wanted them closer together. And then later, what I do is I fill in that gap with some wording that I have from I think it was the brocante transfer to kind of make it make sense. But anyway, that's how I ended up doing it. A little bit different. It's kind of upside down here, but this is how I'm doing it. But anyway, that's what I did on this transfer on this window, but it really, really looks good in my booth. And if you haven't gotten this, it's just definitely go get you an old, you don't have to do it on a window. You could do it on a mirror. You could do it on a picture frame. It'd be really, matter of fact, I'm going to be doing some stuff on some picture frames, and I'm going to try and record the whole thing start to finish. So anyway, that is that project, and we're going to be moving on to another one in just a minute. So this is a really big mirror that I had bought on Facebook Marketplace, and I could have just left it white and distressed it a little bit. But what I decided to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a patina on it, and I'm basically going to be doing copper and bronze, um, both of the patinas at one time, and it's just, I don't know. In the end, I'm not even sure I really like how it turned out. I just was doing rapid fire projects. All these projects that I was thinking of doing, I just like did in a week. It was crazy. So anyway, I'm using the Rust-Oleum primer. Uh, what do you call it? Patina, and this is in the bronze. And I'll try and link it below because I did get this on Amazon. And I do the whole thing in that first because I kind of wanted a dark color underneath. And then I do the second one in the copper because I really wanted mostly copper to be showing when I got done. And you have to do 2 layers of this for it to really work well. And boy, oh boy, the patina that I get on this thing is unbelievable to the point where it was really way too much. And if you're wondering how much it took and that's part of a jar that I had. It basically took 2 whole jars of the patina paint to do this thing. And you'll see the finished product when I'm done, but it was really a labor of love. But I think I'm going to go back and tweak it some more and get it to the point. Actually, I actually think the bronze looked good by itself. I think the copper looked good by itself. But when I do the patina on this, man, you guys, well, hopefully I have a shot of that. I don't even remember if I do or not. Okay, so this is everything with the bronze, and I'm letting that completely dry. And I think it's pretty just that way. I think it looks really pretty that way. The white was great, but this, I don't know, there's so much detail in this. And I think that's why it patinas so much later. So anyway, this is me painting. I had painted the copper over it. I didn't think you needed to watch me paint again. And now what I'm doing is I am putting green patina spray on it and blue, but mostly blue. And I'm using the patina spray from Dixie Belle because that's what I have. And I'm spraying, I am spraying quite a bit on there, but I think because there are so many little crevices and things in this that it just really patinaed like crazy, which is a good thing, except it was almost like solid blue and green when I got done. And you'll see how I fix that later. But anyway, I do spray it quite a bit, I have to say. And I probably did too much, but it really turned out kind of cool in the end. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to show you that in just a bit, but we're going to move on to another project. But you can see this is while I'm spraying how much it's already turning. So okay, so now what we're moving on to is I have a window. It's an old window. It doesn't have the separate panes in it. And I am using Rust-Oleum mirror effects, and I'm using it in the silver, and I'm also using it in the gold. But right now I'm spraying the silver on there, and I end up doing, I think about probably I would say 3 coats of the silver and then one of the gold. So you're watching me put the silver one on. This is the first coat. And no, I think it's a second coat. And what I'm doing is that bottle that you see me have, it has 50% water, 50% vinegar. And I am taking that and I am just spraying it on my my window with the mirror effects, and then I'm kind of blotching. I'm just patting it with a t-shirt, uh, and I'm just trying to get little flecks in the mirror. So after I've done that, probably a total of 3 times, and every time I put the vinegar on there and I pat it. Now I'm using the mirror effects, and they have it in a gold, and I'm kind of spraying it, not completely over, but wherever there's the spots where it kind of put little flecks in it and openings, I'm kind of spraying the gold there. So from the other side, what it's going to do, you're going to see those little mirror effects in the gold, and it's going to make it look very vintage and antique when it's all done. It's really kind of a cool effect. I had done it before, but I hadn't used the gold. And boy, I'll tell you, I think it makes a huge difference in the antique look of this when you're done. Okay, so while I was doing the mirror effect thing, honestly, I was doing all this stuff simultaneously. I want you to see this. And this is after I've gone over it with some copper paint. This thing was like solid blue or greenish blue patina. So the way to fix that is I'm going back over it, kind of like dry brushing the copper over it and a little bit of the bronze just to kind of get some of the copper back in. And it was really, the whole thing was almost like solid green. So I had to go back in and add some of the copper back. And then I might have overdone that. So anyway, it didn't turn out quite the way I wanted to, but it actually turned out pretty good in the end, I think. And as I said, all of these projects are not really start to finish. I'm going to show you the finished project in my booth so you can see them, but I wanted you to see a little bit of how I was doing all this. And I'm telling you, I was jumping from one thing to another, and it was craziness. So anyway, yeah, I had to basically add a whole nother layer of copper on this, and I put a little bit of bronze in there too, because it was just almost solid blue. So yeah, I think it was mainly because there were so many little nooks and crannies in this that it just turned out like just solid patina. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. This is pretty much how it ended up. You'll see the end. You'll see the end product later. So now we're going to be moving on to our mirrored window that I did, where I did the mirror effect. And I'm going to be using Iron Orchard Designs Painterly. And I really, really love this mirror effect. I think I'm going to be doing it a lot more things. You could definitely do this like just on a frame with glass. You don't have to have an old mirror, especially if you don't want it that big. So I'm just kind of putting things where I think I might want them. And I end up cutting everything in pieces and then, moving it around about, 10 times. I'm not going to bore you with all of that. But anyway, that's the process I'm going through now. Then I get it. This is pretty much how I end up doing it, how it looks. And you'll see the end project in my booth. This is a little, I guess it's a little cabinet, like a little curio type cabinet. And I'm using Dixie Belle Weeping Willow on this. And I end up eventually taking the door off. I'm not sure if the door was original to this or not. But for my purposes, I decided it'd be better with not having the door. And I don't really decide that until like I'm halfway through it. That's kind of how these rapid fire projects were going. They were just one after the other. I didn't really like this crackle finish on this thing. It was kind of weird, and like I needed another project, but what the heck. So anyway, I end up taking the door off and I paint it, and I think it took me about 2 coats, if that, really kind of like 1.5 coats. And I end up really liking it, and it works really great in my booth, and you'll see that. This is how it looks all painted and with the door off. And I really, really like this. And I actually saw uh, a few of these on Facebook Marketplace, and they're great display pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I wanted to paint a few picture frames because I had some uh, uh, canvas prints that I got from Temu that I wanted to put in there. And I think I do one weeping willow and then one vintage duck egg. And I think I just, yeah, I think it took about 2 coats for each. There was nothing exciting here, but I do go over them with the gray grunge wax from Dixie Belle. And this is weeping willow, I believe. And then I did vintage duck egg on the other one. And just basically, I did 2 coats on each of these. And I will have to say this: I really, really like the gray grunge. I had been doing a lot of white distressing when I used those before, and I like that too. But the gray grunge gives it just a little hint of um, distress, and I really, really love it. I think it turned out really good. So anyway, I'm getting my picture ready to go, and I'm going to put it in the frame. The reason you see that red uh, cover there is everything's wet. I'm not kidding. I was moving from project to project so quickly. So this is the one that I used the vintage duck egg on the frame because it had that blue color, and it really worked really well with this little bee picture. I put these up, I think, toward the front of my booth, and I've had a lot of compliments on it. Nobody's bought it, but I've had a lot of compliments. And this is just so easy. Just get a picture frame and paint it, and those old outdated picture frames, and just this was a plastic frame. I don't think it was anything. I don't even think I paid $5 for it. It was at a garage sale. So I just go ahead and put that on there, and I will finish up my frame in a minute. Here I'm showing you, as I'm letting my frame dry, I decided to go ahead and distress this little piece. I already took the cabinet off, and part of the reason is my little puppy had pulled, I had it outside on the table drying, and he pulled it over and it got kind of beat up, and I thought, well, we'll just go with that. So my frame is dry with the vintage duck egg, and I'm going ahead and putting Dixie Belle Grunge Gray over it. And I really love how it turned out. I have used the Grunge Gray mainly on gray and beige before, but I had not used it like on these colors, and I really, really love how it turned out. It gave it just the right amount of vintage, and it didn't change the color too much. So now what I'm going to be doing is I have let my sign dry that I was using earlier for my booth. And we're going to be using Farmhand with an IOD stamp. And the letters are just about the right size that I need. I really love these. I don't know, I just love the look of them. Anyway, so I'm going to be spelling out rehatched. And of course, I do not have enough letters in here to do it. So you'll see me put that K in there. And what I do whenever I need another letter of the same, in a word like the E, what I will do is I will find another letter similar size, and I will put it in its place as a spacer, and then I remove it before I stamp. But I use it to help me make sure I get all the stamps in the right place. So you can see me doing that there. And I am going to be using archival ink. It is a permanent ink, and I have a really big stamp pad that helps me do that. Actually, the top comes off, and I stamp it really well. And I know the letters are not perfect, but that's okay. That's kind of the look that I'm going for in this. So I'm just going to stamp it down, hold it down. And I really love the IOD, the plastic plates or whatever for your stamps, because you can line up your stamps on them so well, especially letters. I love it. And if you have, I actually bought like 2 of them, maybe 3, and I cut one of them up into smaller pieces, kept one big, and then I cut another one in kind of medium size so that I would have them. So there we go. And then all I do now is I leave my letters attached that I need, not all of them, but I'm going to need the E, and I'm going to pull it off, and the H, and I'm going to pull them off, and I'm going to put them in place where I leave, and I'm going to leave the C and the D and maybe the T, I don't remember, on. And what that does is that helps me align my other stamps to where I need them. And then what I do is I actually ink all of my stamps again, and then I wipe the ink off of the other letters that I don't need. And that helps me, and I leave some of the other letters on, so it helps me line up my stamps. As you can see, I'm inking them all, but I'm not doing the R because it's far enough away that I can do that. But I wipe off my other letters that I've already done, even though I'm leaving them on there. And I'm leaving them on there just to help me line it up. But I wipe them off with just a damp cloth or a baby wipe or something. And that just helps me line it all up. And I don't know, that's just my way to do it. You may have a different way that's easier, but it works for me that way. I've done it like that for quite a while, and it just really seems to work. So anyway, that's how I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to bore you with the designs part of it, but I just wanted to show you how I do that in case some people, I didn't know to do that. I don't remember who I watched, but as you can tell, just the H and the E have ink on it, and it helps me line it up. And so I'm going to line it up with the A and the T and the C that I have on there, and that helps me kind of line it all up and get it in the right spot. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with the designs, but we're going to move on to my giveaway. And what you are going to be doing to enter that giveaway is what you're going to be doing is I have a Facebook group called Rehatched Designs. I'll put the link below in the description box. The first 100 people that join that Facebook group we will have a drawing, and this is what you will win. So all you have to do is join the Facebook group, and you will have a chance for that. So here is my finished sign. I wanted to show you that. I used the brocante transfer. And now on to the painted tree. I'm going to show you the inside of the painted tree marketplace. This is my booth before we finished it. It's kind of a lot of what we did. The structure above it was already there, thank God, because my husband would not have done that. Here you can see another mirrored window that I did. And there's the big mirror that I did. And up on top, you can see the finished products of the mirrored window and the other window. You can see them nice and close there. And I really think they look good in my booth. That chandelier I bought on Facebook Marketplace for $20, and I painted it. That is the white cubby that you saw, and I made it green. And there you see Something Special Designs, and then I decided to change it because it just was crazy to do a whole nother name. Those shelves were dark brown, and I painted those during that week. And that cabinet that I did that flowers on, I did that during that week. Anyway, I'm kind of walking around my booth area. That is my next door neighbor. These are some people around. I just want you to see what it looks like on the inside of the painted tree. Is really a great place. They have a lot of boutiques. It's not just a vintage booth. It's all different kinds of things, clothes and candles, and there's lots of new items. If you've never been to a painted tree, you should check one out. It's really fun. It's basically Etsy in person, I would say. So you just kind of have a little bit of everything there, and I'll kind of show you what's there. A lot of clothing in this particular store. And they did have like 3 empty booths, but they're all full now. And they have a waiting list. So hopefully, that's a good sign. We shall see. They have quite a few painted trees in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I don't know, which ones do better than the others, etc. But overall, I'm really happy with the place that I found. Their booth rental is a little bit more than some of the antique malls, but not a lot more. And I think this really fits in more with what I'm selling. So anyway, I just thought I'd take you for a walk around. You guys can check it out and see what's in this one. There is just everything. I'm not even showing you half of it. Not even, I don't even think a fourth of it. So I just thought I would kind of show you the kind of things that you would see. There's some of these booths, and so you'll see like this booth is all vintage stuff. I think this lady has like 4 booths, and she has it set up in different types of things. Like she has all of the little cups and saucers and all that kind of stuff in one. And then she's got like the kind of 1950s vibe in another. And then some older things in another. It's really kind of cool. I really like it. So anyway, I just love it. I haven't even had a chance to spend a ton of time walking around. I've been so busy with my booth. But boy, let me tell you, it was like procuring furniture and then painting it and then deciding where we wanted anything. Oh, I love this little booth here. It's so cute. There's just all kinds of different types of booths here, guys. Just about anything you can think of. But this has a lot of vintage stuff in it, but then some new. And mine is probably going to have that too. I'm probably going to have a few new things. I have some vintage things. This mainly has transfers, and there's some that have just paint. There's a few other little things in there, but so the good thing is if I need anything, I can get it pretty quickly. This has just some floral arrangements in it. So it's a really eclectic mix of different types of vendors there. So just to give you an idea of what's there. So I am going to just quit talking and let you guys see the rest. And don't forget the first 100 people that sign up on my Facebook group. I mainly had my junk journaling group in there, but I'm combining everything because I don't want to have multiple business or Facebook groups and Instagrams and names and things, because it's just too hard to do that. So anyway, I'm going to put that in the description box, and the first 100, as soon as I hit 100, I will have a drawing, and I will do that on this channel, and hopefully you get to win. So I'm going to stop, and you guys watch the rest of the video. I do want to thank everyone who's been watching my videos, who's been along this journey with me. And if you're new here, stick around. We will have a lot. My videos are a little bit better as far as showing you exactly what I'm doing. I was just showing you bits and pieces of what I got ready to do for my booth. This is kind of a special one. And don't forget, my name has changed, but I'm not changing what I'm doing on this channel. The home decorating, home decor in different styles. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.